All right, everybody, welcome to the first ever episode of Aesthetic Conversations. I am your host, Jackson Daniel, and tonight we have with us is Hey Blitz. Not sure what your real name is. We've never gotten that from Builder. He is a child of Ziz, and we're gonna just talk about a bunch of random shit today. And as tradition, I'm going to start. I'm gonna pour a glass of wine.
Oh, hell yeah, mate.
We pour them. So let's introduce yourself.
Salute. Um, I'm Blitz. For this interview, I'm
All
just
right.
Blitz.
All right. Good. Yeah, and Blitz, how long have you been lifting for, man?
Dude, I'm 21 now, so that was like
Oh, shit, you're
14.
a baby. I didn't know you were that young, dude.
Dude, yeah, I'm like, yeah, 21. So 14, I started, I think, so whatever 21 minus 14 is.
Hell fucking yeah. Man, you've been lifting for way longer than I have. And I think I've
Dude,
been lifting
yeah.
for 5,
Bro, wait, how old are you?
26.
No way, how long have you been lifting?
Let me think. Like 2 years after my son was born, so I've been lifting about 4 years.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I think that like whenever you pick up lifting, whatever like you want, dude, it's your time, you know? Like we're all
It's what?
bros. It's like we all
Oh,
have,
yeah.
you
Well,
know?
yeah, no, I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many people like I never knew before, like, but I'd seen them in public. And then like once I started going to the gym, and if you go to the same gym with a person, you'll see that dude later in public, and y'all always give each other like the,
What's
like,
up?
you know what I'm saying, like that
Yeah.
common moment. It's weird, dude. I found myself like alone at a bar, and I've seen a dude I went to the gym with, and I was like, I can talk to him, and I every time it fucking like I can click with that dude. It's
Dude,
weird. It's
exactly
hilarious.
that. This 36-year-old, bro. 36-year-old guy, maybe even in his 40s. He looks super old. But he asked me to spot him on his bench, so I spotted him. And I was like, wow, like now whenever I see him, same thing, bro. What's up? Like he's like
It's
20 years
that.
older than me. Who cares?
I remember the day that I knew that I had like, because I'd been lifting for a while. I didn't really know what I was doing until one of my friends showed me the way, and then I started going to the gym at my old town, which was like that's where all the elites went. You know, that's where all the bad motherfuckers, the guy who won, people who won awards, shit. And I remember I knew I made it because all the old people, like old timers that hated me, because I had like emo hair and skinny jeans, but I was kind of yoked. But they all
Yeah.
on the same day, like separately, walked up and were like, you know, man, I didn't think you were gonna make it, but goddamn, man, you did or whatever. And I was like, if the
Oh,
old people
wow.
like me, then I made it, dude. Also, somebody
Yeah.
asked me one day if I was on pro hormones, and I was like, what? Hey, fuck no. I was like, I juice if I was gonna go
Dude.
that far. Fuck it.
Wow. Yeah. Pro hormones, bro. I don't know about too many of them like that I
I don't know
trust.
enough about them. I've read a decent amount of them, and I've read about SARMs and shit like that. But pretty much the diagnosis or the consensus I've read about is if you're gonna go that far, you might as well just fucking pin for fuck's sake, dude. Just shove a needle in your ass if you're gonna go that far.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like get something out of it, you know?
Yeah, no, seriously, because like I mean, you know, a lot of people say that you can't gear and keep all your gains, but I've seen some people that have been able to do it and still maintain. I mean, they look the same as when they were bulking for a contest. You know what I mean? It's just you have to have the right kind of drive. You got to get past that lethargic stage after you know, hop off gear and stuff like that. But
Dude, the real deal is a lot of the guys, they just straight up cruise. Like, there's a lot of cruisers.
yeah,
And cruising is a lot more tolerable than having a whole cycle and then having the effects of the whole cycle and then coming off that cycle and then
really.
like having to go through PCT and then rebuild get your balls back up, you know, like that has to
Hell yeah,
start
dude.
like
You
so a lot of
basically
people
change
are
the
cruise
genetic
ship.
code. Like it's
Yeah.
insane, dude.
Well,
Um, would
yeah.
would you be able to explain exactly what blasting and cruising is? Since I'm not too familiar with it,
Yeah.
I just know
Yeah.
it.
Well, I don't think well, blasting and cruising is considering like there's like two different ways to put it. Like you can either do it like with no test at all or
Mm.
like super high levels like or just like go on a super high base of test or like a super low base of test, I would probably do like 200 tests as like a cruise, right? And then I'd blast it up to like 400, right? I'm a safe guy though. So like when I say I'm a safe guy, that's not like other people would probably do like, hey, my cruise is 400 and then I'll blast it to like 600. You know what I mean? So like it just really depends on the person you talk to. So like for example, some guy could just go from, I mean technically you once you're on, synthetic testosterone, like the shit that's made in the labs, you can't really come back and get your normal levels back, to normal after you've been pinning it in your ass. So like doing a 0 test to 150 test wouldn't make sense. But like a low test of like 200 to 400 still would get you crazy, insane results. Like I think
Really?
I think like Dan Bilzerian is on like maybe he's on like 150,
He's
maybe
up there, right?
125.
He's pretty fucking like built, dude. And like he hangs out with Johnny too, for fuck's sake. So
Dude, honestly, like once you have the like exclusive pathway to get those kind of things, like I mean,
he's rich and he's in his 40s. You know, when I turn 30, I'm definitely hopping on or like to the stage of whatever age it should be. I'm hopping on hormone replacement therapy for sure.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think at that point it's necessary, bro. Like if you want
Yeah.
to maintain, if you want to be like that kind of person, you have to have, a little more bite,
Yeah.
you know?
You be lethargic and a fat old man, and I already am starting to feel that way at 20 fucking 6. So yeah, I don't want to fuck with that path. I'd rather just pin it, and if Joe Rogan says so, man,
Yeah.
if podcast Jesus said so.
For real.
All right, other questions. All right, so now we're just gonna talk about random bro, questions like that. So, what would you consider the most important compound movement?
Oh, I would say the squat.
Squat. Fair
Squat,
enough.
squat, squat all day.
I've I've been fucking trying to get back into squats after fucking my back up, but I still like I just suck, dude. I just suck, dude. I'm a skinny jeans wearing motherfucker, dude. I'm just top heavy, but my legs are pretty decent for the most part.
Bro, all you gotta do is just eat a ton and then do legs and then eat a ton and then do legs. Like that's it.
See, I train fasted, man. I just train with 10 grams of
Oh,
BC, dude.
see, that's the recipe if you want to stay lean. Fasted training.
Yeah.
Fasted training is
Even though I
almost
think
like
it might be this October, I think I might do my first bulk, honestly, because I've always been in that stupid level of wanting to be lean to gain muscle, but I never did a lean bulk properly. You know what I mean?
Bro, I think that like honestly, the term lean bulk, like for natural guys, is like a misconception. I think that a lot of guys that are natural, like, because I thought this too, I was like, I'm a lean bulk, right? Like, I'm gonna eat all these clean foods, high amounts of protein, low amounts of fat or carb, whatever you want to do. And, I'm gonna go with it. But what happens is your body as a natural, you're not getting the lean, you're getting the lean part, but you're not really getting the bulk part. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you're eating like maybe in a surplus of like 400 to 800 calories, right?
Mhm.
But your body's not going to utilize all that protein at, maybe you're what, how much do you weigh?
150.
Like 150, let's say you bump that shit up to 200, right? 200 and like 15, right? Over a 7 week amount of time, a person on gear will gain like probably 2 to 3 pounds more than you. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
you know what I
But they
mean?
say when you're bulk, it's primarily carbs, not even protein, right? It's just you have to bulk up your carbs more than anything, where you can eat the same amount of protein, essentially, maybe slightly more, but it's all based on your carbohydrates, right?
For getting bigger, yeah, I would say that. I
Yeah,
would definitely say that. It's because
like
what happens to the muscle, it's that balloon effect, you know? And the way to get a bigger balloon is to make the balloon bigger, not to make what's in it bigger, you know?
yeah,
That's exactly where
absolutely.
people get wrong.
Well, no, but when I lean bulk, I'm just gonna essentially like the thing is I'm just not gonna do a traditional route of macros, because what I've been reading and stuff like that, especially with intermittent fasters, is what you don't want to do is just like how many carbs and like fats and proteins that a person would, a typical idea of what a bulk would be. You just lower that a little bit more, so it's a gradual build where you'll only gain like a couple pounds in a year's worth of bulking. You know what I mean? Because I just want to stay
Yeah.
healthy as well. Some people
Honestly, I forget, honestly, I forget because I'm unnatural, right? Because like I forget that. I honestly forget that. It's really hard because like when I'm put back in your shoes, as like the 4-year-old lifter, right? The 4-year-old lifter I
right.
was. It's much different now that it's like what 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, going on 22, 5, 6, 7, my 8th year, almost double, you know? So
Jesus.
it feels like when I was at that stage, which was not that long ago, 3 years back.
I was gonna ask that in a second.
Yeah, when I was like 17, 18, and 20, like 18, 17, 18, I was like doing some lean bulking. I was like experimenting with that, right? And what I found was like, well, this is like where you're right. Like you're completely right. Like if you have like the honestly like the capacity to do it, like and not go balls to the wall, because like, dude, when I was natural and I wanted to like bulk up, I just ate whatever I wanted. You know what I mean? Like especially because
Well,
like
you're tall as hell, and you probably. I mean, I know you were like kind of chunky when you're younger. You and I have that same
right,
past history, but you stay pretty relatively lean, right? Because you're what, like 6'4", right?
say 6'3", 6'3", but yeah,
Six,
like
yeah, you tall fucking piece of shit.
yeah. But what happened was like whenever I still had those fat boy genes, you know what I mean? So like the fat boy
Yep.
genes just didn't go away. Like it was like you stayed fat.
Damn.
So when I started
How,
eating when I
how
was
old were
naturally,
you skinny?
how what?
How old were you when you finally like started to lean down? Because I still have fat from like being a kid. Like I still got the
Oh,
back,
bro.
the backside love handles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be like for real with you. Like there were times when I was natural that I really just couldn't. I legit couldn't be like, like happy with my body. Sometimes I was just like, bro, like there's this issue. I'm like, how do I burn it? How do I burn it? And like before I hopped on my first cycle, right? Like I hopped on my first like SARM, I would say, because I was like, the
Oh no,
like
shit! You tried it.
entry. Yeah, like that's the entry drug. What's it called?
That's totally yeah.
It's the gateway drug. The SARMs are the gateway drug to fucking
The
steroids. I will
weed of the
say
fucking
that.
right, man.
That's more accurate than marijuana is to like anything. So like that's what I'll give
Hell
that.
fucking yeah, dude. That's what I've heard. Either that or pros, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But before I did that, right? I made sure I went on a crazy, crazy cut. Like amazed. Like when I was 17 years old, I went on a crazy cut. Or 18 years old, I went on a crazy cut. And I got like the leanest I ever got. And to this day, it's like I still look at that. I'm like, damn, I fucking like did that as a natural, Like what I see with a lot of people is like when they max out their genetics, right? No one ever fucking knows when you max out your genetics, but like
Yeah.
when you get to a point where you feel like you've hit your point of like trying to stop or whatever, that's when you should like go to that point, the next level.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking
But
yeah.
yeah, once I was able to look in the mirror and be like, okay, I saw the parts that I changed. I was like, now it's time to fucking see what I can do.
Yeah,
That's when I
good that at least you utilize that. Yeah, because that's a lot of people like, that's one thing that's silly about John Skywalker, regardless of the fact that he's my hero. You know what I mean? Is the fact that
yeah,
he said like he barely lifted and then just started fucking training, dude, and he like just started putting immediately. But yeah, you should always get to this point where you're like, can I get further than this? I don't know. Like I've been really, really doing it for years. I mean, you said you've been training for that many years, so yeah, it's a little bit different. But yeah, I completely understand that feeling and stuff like that. Like this season was the first one I actually stuck to a lean cut. I still am not anywhere near as lean as I want to be. I got to like about 9%, and I wanted to try to get down to 7%, but I couldn't. I was eating like 100 carbs or whatever, and like 220 protein and stuff like that. But then I just fell off, and I've kind of been being a fat fuck about things because my genetics are fat boy genetics, dude, and doing
right.
that was the only thing I could do to get lean, and I finally got about a 4 to 6 pack, and then I just this back shit right here I cannot get rid of no matter what amount of fasting.
Bro, I will have to like recommend you something right now. I'm gonna have to add some value, bro. I'm gonna have
Do
to.
it.
I think that this will help you because I understand
And
that.
that's it.
I empathize with that feeling. So I think that what I found that helps a lot is when you like breathing techniques, getting massages, yoga, and like stretching, all that like stuff that isn't
Really?
considered bro science. It's so important into making your physique look like pretty, whatever, like aesthetically nice. Like just think about it like this. Like as a bodybuilder or and as someone who's a fitness model or is aesthetically pleasing, right? You want to be aesthetic, fucking go to raves and get bitches, bro. Like, you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Go to the go to the festivals, mate. But what I'm saying is, in order to like be that person, be that big and shit, like I don't even know what I'm going with that. I just fucking lost track. Hold on, what was I saying?
Are you talking about massaging? Or talking about the
Oh yeah,
bro science one?
massaging. Oh yeah, okay. Massaging, okay, that's all really important because you want your muscles to look good. You're not like fucking trying to be super strong. Everyone thinks you're fucking strong, right? But you want to
Yeah,
look like
people
you're
think
fucking
I'm
strong.
like, because I look pretty relatively large, and they're like, "What? You can measure like 250?" I'm like, "No, like 220
Dude,
fucking five."
they're so different. Like body composition versus strength is like
I
ze-
train as a bodybuilder. I don't train as a
yeah,
powerlifter.
that's
It's
so
just such
different.
a big, dude.
Exactly. You can build a lot of muscle, but make sure you take care of that muscle is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
what does a massage do? A massage relaxes the muscles. A massage takes care of the muscles. It like alleviates any scar tissue or like whatever the fuck is in your muscles that's not
Absolutely.
forcing it to grow.
Right.
And on top of
Helps
that,
repair the torn
yeah,
muscle or whatever, which is
exactly.
the equivalent of what building muscle is.
And why do you stretch all the time? You stretch so your muscles have the capacity and the ability to grow more. Like so
Yeah.
the more you stretch, you literally grow more. And like I said, yoga. I say do a lot of
I definitely
cardio.
stretch.
What?
I definitely stretch. I definitely I hit the foam roller every other day. And then I definitely every single day when I wake up, it's like my activity to drink my black coffee and then just stretch up everything, you know what I mean? And then after whatever body parts I exercised, I always make sure to stretch afterwards, especially legs. Because if I don't, I'm fucked for like the next day, you know what I mean?
Dude, yeah. The stretching is like it'll make your legs look so different. Like think about it. Just sit at a desk all day and then try to pose and then
Ooh,
go
motherfucker. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Like, and then go to the gym, go stretch, and then go pose. You'll be like,
absolutely.
oh, like it's so much better.
Just lift in general, stretch your biceps or whatever. Or don't stretch your biceps, do a supinated curl. Stretch your biceps and do a supinated curl. I guarantee you'll just feel the squeeze that
Mm,
much more. Yeah,
yes.
interesting. It's very interesting.
Oh yeah, that's very important too. Like the hand placement or whatever. Like how
Oh, dude, I'm
fast.
telling you.
Yeah, that's so important. People are always like, how many reps do you do? And or how long are you at the gym? And I'm like, those are so irrelevant questions, Like, but
Yeah,
but I forget,
that's it.
like I said, I forget like, oh, that's why. So when I go to the gym, I'm like, oh, like just do the rep, just do it 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Just try it. Just try it. And
Yeah,
if you can't do
like
it, lower
literally
that shit.
what you're doing or whatever. Like dude, there's this asshole at the gym, and every time he does it, I always have to give him just this look like, "The fuck are you doing?" And I know it's because he's like 60 years old. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He will grab no joke, and he's not really that big. He'll grab no joke like a 70-pound dumbbell on the preacher curl, and he'll go like this. And I'm like, what the fuck are you? You're just flexing nuts, bro. You're just, there's no bitches here. What are you doing, man? I'm not trying to fuck you, all right? I'm not looking at you that way. None of these girls are. What are you doing, fam? You know what I mean? But I'm
You
like, all
should
right,
go up
whatever.
to him.
And just let it go all the way down and assist him. You know what I mean? Be like, how did that feel? And be like, oh, that felt great. I'm like, that's what I fucking thought. You know what I mean? Like,
Just like politely ask him, yo, like, you need a spot, bro?
yeah. hey, what's your theory behind that, bro? And then I'm sure he would have some shit he made up in his head,
Oh
like, well,
no.
here's the thing about the eccentric. I'm like, did you what call it? I'm like, yeah. But
Dude, you
I
should
see some people do shit, dude.
yeah, that's hilarious.
I swear to God, on my kid's life, dude. I see that guy do that shit every day. I like some, and then like from I don't know, like so many people just do goofy shit, and I'm like, or like you'll see some dudes, yeah, trying to like curl like 45-pound plates or whatever with the bar, and it's like, dude, you're 120 pounds. You're gonna snap your fucking back. Like I don't even go
Dude,
that heavy with the biceps, dude, because you don't. For that in particular, I don't really have seen the need to.
these type of gym fouls are so bad.
Jim.
That's what I'm
Hilarious.
gonna call them. Everyone calls them gym fuckery. Now they're gym fouls. There's gym
You need
fouls,
a blow
and they can get you
too whenever
executed.
anyone does one.
Huh?
You need a blowhorn anytime anyone does one. Just like
Bro, I'm
literally.
really, you know what? If you guys want to, if because this is what's crazy is that I'm one of those guys who really like doesn't think that bodybuilding is like a sport, you know? I think it's more of like a mix between a
Mhm.
sport and a beauty contest and like
Oh,
other
absolutely. I
random
definitely think
shit.
it's a sport.
You know, it